Hi guys, my name is Andrew, and I'm gonna introduce you my friend. His name is Miras. He's from Kazakhstan, and he's gonna be my first guest ever. So please appreciate him. Yeah.
Hi everybody. Thank you for inviting me to your first interview. So let's get started.
Yeah, man, it's an honor for me having you. Yeah, so let's start from how we met. Do you remember how we met? Like it's almost 4 years ago, basically. As I remember, it was July
No, no.
2000.
Actually, it was in August.
August. Okay.
Almost 4 years ago. 3.5 to be precise.
Yeah.
Yeah, we met. Um, we had a job together. It was a moving.
Yeah.
It was a crazy job. Very tough.
Such a crazy
Yeah,
job.
such a crazy job for such a low money.
Yeah.
But when we first came to the job, for us it was really good money.
Yeah, you could make like 250, 300 in a day. Yeah, you work for 12 hours, you moved a lot of stuff, you gain
You
you
lift.
lifted I don't know 1,000 kilograms. I'm not joking, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you lifted 1,000 kilograms, but you get paid at the end of the day,
Yeah,
right?
so what is moving? Moving is like it's a business which is very popular in USA because a lot of people here they like to move from one apartment to another.
Yeah.
So they hire labor work,
Cheap.
cheap,
Usually it's cheap labor. Let's be straight.
Yes, cheap labor, but even if it's cheap, you still can earn a decent amount of money to
It's
live.
decent.
To
Really,
live, to live,
it's decent money.
to live like a middle class. Like basically, you can earn approximately like 4,000, 5,000 per month.
5,000. Yeah, you can work like 5 days per week and
Five.
make 5,000 per month.
Yes.
Yeah, during the season, of course, not during
Yeah.
December or November.
However, the job is very tough and it can potentially destroy your back.
Yes, your back. Have you ever had any problem with your back?
Yes, when I moved to California to Los Angeles, I did moving like for 1 year.
Oh,
And,
yeah, I remember.
At the end, I had some problem with back.
Mm.
Even though I didn't lift heavy stuff, but the accumulative damage that happened to my back,
Yeah.
it
And
was
you
crazy.
don't feel it immediately.
Yes, you
You
didn't
feel
feel
it
it
with time. Like we don't feel it now, but we're gonna feel it like in 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, basically you need to just exercise your back no matter what, right?
And try to avoid that.
Try to avoid
Try to
moving.
avoid
That's
that type of jobs.
yes. Try to avoid moving. But if you don't have any choice, you can make some money going to moving, right? Moving industry, and we have some windows to open the business, right? Remember when the pandemic hit?
Mm,
I heard a lot of stories how people from Ukraine, from Russia, were opening moving businesses in 2020 when the COVID hit,
yeah,
right?
when the pandemic hit the world, it was an opportunity for a lot of
Yes.
people.
So it was an open window
Yeah, open
to
window
start this
for
business,
trucking, for moving.
but not right now.
Not right now.
The last 2 years, I would say, it
Yes.
sucks. It sucks.
I even tried to open my own business. Remember?
Yeah, he went to Texas. Dude went to Texas.
I went
tried
to
open
Texas.
his
Yeah,
own business.
I had a friend who had a truck, box truck, and I said, okay, if you give me this box truck, and I'll give you 50% of my profit, we can work together. So he gave me a truck. I went to Texas, and I tried to set the business. However, it didn't work.
It didn't work out, right?
Yeah, because in Texas, it's a good state, but it's undeveloped. Like you see a lot of money.
It's a huge state.
It's a huge state. Like it has money, but you don't really touch that money, because Mexican people come. They have cheap labor. For example, only in Texas, if you go to the Home Depot, you will see the Mexicans people
Standing at the
standing
front.
and
Yeah, I
waiting.
know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So for the people, it's better to go there to get a truck from what's the name where you can when you can rent the truck.
You mean bank?
No, not a bank. You can rent the truck You could go to a Home
Oh,
Depot.
you haul?
Yeah, you
You
haul.
haul?
Yes.
Yeah.
You go to the Home Depot and you just say, okay, I need to labor for 3 hours. I pay $15 per hour.
Yes, of course. And basically, we used it to move me in
Mm-hmm.
last year, but it's a different topic. I think we're gonna get to. Yeah. So basically, that's how we met. Yeah, almost 4 years, 3.5 years
Almost three and a
ago.
half years.
So, what was your opinion about me? Tell me. Actually, it's my first time reacting to it, so it's gonna be sincere. So, what did you think about? And yeah, tell how I showed up wearing this. Yeah,
Yeah, he was a crazy guy.
I'm still a crazy guy.
Yes, you were kind of teacher to me. Remember?
I was a teacher.
You had
I was
bad
a driver
experience.
at the same
Yes.
time. Yeah.
You
I
had,
was a mover. We were working together, two of us. Yeah, go ahead.
we worked together, and he was wearing a flip flops. And the customer said, he was shocked, like, oh,
Yeah.
what are you doing? How are you gonna work with flip flops?
And I said, I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but I wanna say that. I said, I mean, it's just my job. I'm doing my job. It doesn't matter what I look like, right? And he was shocked, but he gave us pretty good tips. Go
Yes.
ahead.
He gave us a good tips, but remember the move? It was crazy.
The job
It
was rough.
it was
It
like-
was so tough.
250 pounds. The wood.
I think
the
more.
Pure, the pure wood.
I think it's like 200 kilos. I'm not joking. I'm not joking.
It was
The size of that,
scary.
it's like the size of this room.
The size of a door, and
More.
it was a
Like
pure wood.
Pure
It was-
wood. Yeah,
Yeah,
super
pure
heavy. Man. Remember, super heavy. We charge for this. Yeah, super heavy. It's super heavy. We gotta charge for it. Extra $50 or something, right?
Yes.
So, what was your first
Remember
impression?
in the moving, like when we wanted to get some tips, we had to pretend that it's heavy.
Yeah. I was joking about
We
that.
had to make some noise. Like,
But
it's tough. It's hard.
It's not necessarily true.
It's not necessary. But sometimes people do it.
Yeah. So, your first opinion about me?
I liked you.
You did like?
Yeah, I did like
Really?
you.
Okay.
I did like you. What did you think about me?
That's an interesting question, right? Because I never said that to you. Being honest, my first opinion was you were a really good guy, like honest guy. It was really cool to talk to you, and you knew a lot of topics to talk about. So you were a pretty smart guy, but at the same time, you were a rookie, like you were a new to this job, and I had to show you. I had to teach you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was freaking out about that. And I remember, I'm not sure if you remember that moment, but basically, I guess it was our last job. We had three moon or something. I don't remember at the first day, and it was the last one. There were some black guys. Remember that family on the third floor, and a lot of crazy stuff things happened. The dolly was stolen. The dolly got stolen. Remember that? But it's a different story again. So basically, what happened? We were working then, and I remember it was really tough day, especially after that wood, super heavy wood, really. And I remember he was saying to me like, "Dude, I'm gonna break something. I'm so tired. I'm exhausted."
So exhausted.
Yeah, do you remember that?
Yes,
When he
yes.
said, "I'm gonna break something." Do you remember that?
No,
No,
really.
I remember that, and then I was like, "What the hell?" I was talking to the his manager, and I was like, "Who the hell is this dude?" He said he was gonna break something. Yeah.
I was nervous.
Yeah, he was just nervous. I mean, and I was
Yes,
freaking
yes,
out.
I remember, I was nervous.
And actually, he broke something. Do you remember that?
No.
You broke like not a weight, but like a lamp. Bedside. Do you remember that?
Yes. And that guy was so stingy.
Yeah.
He was so
Did
stingy.
he give us any? I don't think he gave us any tips.
Because I was so angry. He didn't say anything because if he said something, I would
Yeah.
explode.
You broke something.
Yeah, I broke it, but I was angry. I was
Yeah.
nervous, like this. If he said something, I would explode.
Yes,
I would
of
get very
course.
angry. I'd say, "Wow."
So that
We
was.
work extra hours. We work like 12
And
hours.
it's third. Yeah, and it was third floor.
Third floor.
Third floor, man.
and we didn't even have dollies. Remember,
Yes.
we put like we lifted everything with
That's
our
why
hands.
we got the dolly stolen, right?
Yes.
We didn't even use them, and we figured that
Uh,
after the job was done.
and also because we didn't have much experience, you know.
Yeah, I
Because,
had a little bit more experience, not that much, maybe a month of work. Yeah, a month
but
of work.
this job it was supposed to have like 5 people,
Not two, not two.
not
Yes,
two, not two.
at least three. At least.
Yeah,
I would say
at least
four. At
five,
least three.
five, five,
Yes, yes.
five.
Five it's a good number.
Because
And we would do it pretty
yes,
quickly.
and
Quickly.
because two of us we didn't even finish that job.
Yeah.
Remember, we didn't finish that job. We left something, and he said,
Oh,
and
I
he
think
said,
so.
he
Yeah.
said, "Oh, it's night. It was midnight."
I
I
think
said,
so.
"Okay."
Yeah. Or he didn't want to pay. Or
Yes,
he
yes.
didn't get
And
money.
he didn't want to pay.
All right, man. So yeah, that was our first day at
Oh,
the job and our first meeting. Yeah, how we met. That's how we met each
yes,
other.
he didn't want to pay, and you called the guy, our manager. He said,
Yeah.
"Okay, like you speak with him.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna speak with
I'm
him.
exhausted. Talk to him.
Go talk to him. I'm not a collector. I'm not gonna
Yes, yes,
take his
yes.
money." Yeah, that's how we met.
Crazy day, but it was an amazing day to remember, right?
We earned like $300 each.
More, I think 350. Yeah, we made like 350 bucks. Yeah. All right. So moving on. Moving on. Our first job. That's what we actually talked about right now. Yeah. Our first impression of America.
Mm.
Yeah. Your first impression of
Yeah,
America.
when I came here, my brother he met me. Like he did study in the U.S. University.
Yeah, he was a student,
Yeah,
right?
he was a student in the Chicago University,
Mm-hmm.
and he met me in New York.
In New York. Okay.
Yeah, because
So was it your first time in America?
yeah, it was the
Okay.
first time, and I fell in love with New York. You know, it's
New York is
good
amazing.
city.
Yeah.
It's crowded. It's beautiful, and you feel freedom. Like
Freedom. You know what I say, especially when I was standing in the middle of Times Square, Times Square, these screens, huge screens. I was thinking, like, man, you cannot describe it.
Yeah.
You're just feeling in the middle of universe. That's what I felt.
Same as me. People say London is the middle of a planet, but New York is the middle of a universe.
Yeah,
the center of
same with Beijing, Moscow, whatever. It's nothing. You gotta
It's
feel
nothing.
it. You gotta feel it in New York. That's it.
Then we moved to Chicago. Chicago, Chicago is kind of depressing city. It's really depressing.
It's depressing in the winter.
In the winter.
In the
yeah.
summer, it's great.
But the problem is the winter starts from November and it finishes in May. Because even in
right
April,
now it's finishing. It's April.
In
Right
April.
now it is still a little bit
It's
cold.
cold.
Yeah, there are
It's
some
cold.
warm days and there are some cold days.
Yeah.
Today is a cold day. Yeah.
But in Chicago you can live even if you don't have a documents, if you don't have a proper job, you still can live like in the middle. It's like a middle class here in Chicago.
You still can.
Because it's affordable.
It's affordable. Yes.
And salaries are high here. Economy is growing here. A lot of Russian-speaking community is here. For example, if you want to open a business, like you want to open a body shop, you have customers. If you're a dentist,
Yes.
you repair teeth.
And actually, you're working with your community,
Yes,
right?
you are. Like
You
work-
have your own clients, right?
Yes. The difference with California is that California it doesn't have like
You mean big community?
dense Russian-speaking community.
Okay.
And in California, you don't see people who is buying a house, who is like going up, who is earning more money.
You mean they're just living at the certain level,
certain
and
level.
they don't want to gain.
Yes.
They don't want to improve their life.
Yes.
They're just like living this chill life. That's it.
That's it.
I mean, and I don't judge them.
Yeah, I don't judge them, but
If I had 5 lives, one of them I would live like this probably.
yes, yeah, I don't judge them, but because weather is good.
Yeah, the weather is amazing.
Climate is good. Everything is free. For example, hiking is free. Ocean is free. Surfing is free.
Drugs.
Unlike Chicago. In Chicago, like if you go here on vacation, you spend like $150 per day.
And you gotta go somewhere. There is nothing basically except for Chicago downtown.
Yes,
Yeah.
nothing.
The city is great. but
City is amazing.
beautiful,
Beautiful.
beautiful, beautiful. Yeah,
City is beautiful, but the nature is the worst in the U.S.
one of them, not the
I
worst,
think
but
it's the
one of them.
worst because Illinois, it doesn't have any hills, it doesn't have any
It's just
mountains.
because it's located right. You know, when you look at the map, there is Illinois, and we're just basically between Illinois, Wisconsin, and Indiana.
Indiana is is the same as Illinois,
Yes,
but
Indiana sucks.
it's poor.
It's poor.
Yeah, Illinois is rich,
Illinois is richer because of Chicago.
but Wisconsin has a nature.
Nature is better in Wisconsin,
Wisconsin has
and they have
fishing.
cheese. You know about cheese?
Uh-huh.
That they are famous for their cheese. Yeah, I love Wisconsin, by the way. Have you been to Milwaukee?
Yes,
You like that?
yeah, I like Milwaukee. It's like good,
It's a little, not little, but
good small size city.
like 600,
Decent.
600,000 people.
Decent.
Decent city, yeah. And this Riverwalk is beautiful.
Yes,
It's a long river
Yes,
walk, like 10 miles or
Mhm.
something. The same in Chicago here. Yeah. All right. Moving on. Moving on. Yeah. First impression of America. You were saying that you moved to
Yeah, I was impressed.
Chicago.
America gave me a good impression.
You liked it.
I
So
liked
you
it.
liked it from the first
I liked it
sight.
because when I came here, I worked like 2 weeks and I got my first car. Remember?
Yes, that shitty car, but
Yeah.
then for you,
It was legendary.
I love that car. By the
Legendary.
way, I love that car.
It was Honda Accord 2002. I bought it like for $2,000.
Yes, and tell me, you thought that was a Hyundai? You remember that? I remember that.
But Honda is a good brand. From
So
that
basically-
from that day, I liked Honda.
Yeah, Honda is a good car, even if it's an old one.
You
It's
know,
reliable.
once I put diesel instead of gasoline,
Yeah, I remember that.
and it didn't break.
Yeah,
It worked.
yeah,
Nothing happened to that car. Nothing.
yeah. And about this car, I remember you bought it for 2,000, right?
2000. Yeah.
2,000.
I could buy even for cheaper.
But it was like your friend or something.
No, not
No?
really. It
You
was
just bought it on marketplace.
no. When I came here, I found a mechanic
Okay.
from Kyrgyzstan,
Ah.
and I called him. I said, "Do you have any cars available? Maybe I can buy." He said, "Yeah, I have something.
Uh-huh.
Come here and buy." And I came to them and said, "Okay, I'll have cash. I give it to you."
Oh, wow. By the way, how much money did you have when you get to America? In your pocket.
$500.
$500 in your pocket.
$500.
So when this dude becomes multi-millionaire, I'm telling you, he's gonna become multi-millionaire. I know it. I'm telling you. Yeah. He's gonna tell his story how he came to America with 500 bucks.
$500.
It basically, by the way, came to New York, not even Chicago. That's a typical typical
Immigration life.
typical millionaire immigrant story. Yeah, so I know I never told that I never tell that to you, but I do believe and I do know that you will become not just a millionaire, but multi-millionaire.
Thank you
Yeah.
for such words.
Yeah, yeah. So $500 in your pocket.
Yes. But I liked US because of opportunities.
Yes. So basically, let me get this straight. You moved to Chicago, immediately started working in moving, right?
2 days of chilling and then I started working.
Here we go. And then he made a couple thousand in and bought a car within 2 weeks or something.
Yes.
2
within
weeks.
2 weeks.
In America.
How long do you have to work in our countries, in Ukraine or Kazakhstan,
5
to
years,
get that car?
10 years.
3 years. You just
There we go.
work hard,
Yeah.
but you don't save anything.
Yeah.
You don't feel money.
Even right now, from if I want to, from today to like next month's, let's say May 4th, if I want to, I can make enough money to buy a car. Yeah, it's not gonna be some fancy car, but it's just the regular Honda
Yes, yeah. But still good
2005.
car.
Yeah, still reliable car. Yeah, just 1 month if I want to. Yeah, And it's not just living without food. No, it's living with food, with housing,
with
yeah,
traveling
with everything.
adventures.
Yeah, that's how it works here. Yeah. So you like that, and America met you basically, I would say, hugging you. You know, it.
Yes, yes.
We have a saying in our language. You know what I mean.
Hmm.
I'll even. Америка встретила тебя с объятиями. Right?
Yeah.
We have is the saying.
America hugged me.
Yeah, America met you with hug, giving you a hug.
Hmm.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah. And did you feel like? Did you have your first year? Did you feel the period when you were feeling like a foreign, or you immediately felt like it's your country?
When I came here,
Within a year,
I never felt like a foreigner
never.
because American nation is consisted of a lot of like
Of
ethnicities.
course, yeah.
It's a
Even us.
yes,
I'm Caucasian Jew. He's
Central Asian,
huh? Central
Central
Asian.
Asian.
Yeah, Kazakhstan.
Yeah, Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
Turks.
Here we go. And we're in America.
Yes,
And I don't know. I'm considered as white, and you're considered as
Asian.
Asian.
Hmm.
And we're all good. Like we live together. Yeah. So what was I talking about?
Because what I said, America is that kind of
Yes.
country where you don't feel the racism, especially right now.
You don't feel
No,
it.
you don't feel it. Like
Yeah.
I'm an Asian guy, but I don't feel oppressed.
Mhm. Never.
Never. Yeah, never.
Yeah.
Even in the states like Wyoming,
Yeah. I wanted to say there is some exception, but
in
exceptions
in
is
every
not.
yes,
Yes.
in every country there are some exceptions.
Yes. Of course, there will be always
There are some
exceptions.
fools in every country.
Yes. Always. Always. So exception doesn't mean anything.
Even in the states like Wyoming or Montana, which has biggest white population,
Mhm.
like I never feel different.
Yeah. And they might think you're like kind of Native American because you
Yes.
look like one, right? A little bit. All right, man. All right. I love how we're rolling. How do you like it? Like the conversation?
Yes.
I really enjoying it. Yeah. Arizona. Have you ever been to Arizona?
Yes.
Yeah. You like the state?
Because I'm a truck driver, so I
By the way,
drive
truck driver.
all across the country.
Have you been to all 50 states or not?
No, not really.
Not yet?
I usually try to drive
Avoid.
in the Midwest
Yeah.
and the West Coast.
Oh.
I try to avoid East Coast.
Colorado? Right.
Colorado is good.
It's good, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good, but it's mountainous.
That's what I mean. You
Yes.
try to avoid mountains.
But mountains is better than traffic. If you go to the East Coast, like to New York,
I hate traffic.
oh, you will see it's crazy.
I hate traffic as a just car driver.
Imagine if you're a truck driver,
Yeah.
you waste your time in a traffic, and you don't feel how to say, you don't feel relaxed.
Oh,
You
yes.
don't enjoy the
Because
job.
your car is pretty wide.
Yes.
And yeah, it could hit another car. You should pay attention every second. Every second, really. Every
For
second.
example, 200 miles in New York, it feels like 500 miles in Arizona.
Wow.
Because in Arizona, you drive, you see the nature, you see canyons, you see the desert,
Yeah,
and
and
you drive no traffic.
and you're a
you
little
enjoy it.
relaxed. You're enjoying
Yes,
it. You're
enjoy it.
listening to music or whatever
Yes.
you want.
Even the surrounding is making you happy.
Yes.
But
yes.
in the East Coast, when you drive, you feel suppressed by the bridges, low bridges.
Yeah,
a lot
low
of
bridges.
traffic.
I've seen a lot of videos when the truck, especially New York,
Mhm.
these states, are going under the bridge and just hitting the
Yes,
bridge. A lot of videos
It's because
like this.
East Coast was built much earlier.
Yeah, the same Chicago, by the way.
Yes.
It's an old city, and we have the same problem here.
Low bridges.
Yeah, remember I like maybe 6 months ago I sent you a picture of a truck which stopped under the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and you said Chicago they were they are lying about this.
Yes, the high.
Yeah, high. So I don't know if that's true. He knows better.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So your first year in America, you didn't need time
to adapt
to adapt. Yeah.
because I had English, so I didn't have
Yeah, he
any
had
problem.
English. Go into your background. Go into your background.
Uh,
Tell me why you had English. Like, how did you learn English?
so I'm from a good family in Kazakhstan. Uh,
Is it
I
considered like middle class?
middle class, a
Middle
little
class.
bit upper middle class.
Okay.
Then I went to private school.
Private school.
Then after
You're well spoken.
after that, my mother decided that I should go to the UK. So I went to the United Kingdom
For how many years?
for 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah, I studied there.
Did you have any English before? You did, I
No,
guess.
no,
No, you did.
actually, I did have some intermediate English. However, it was not good enough to study.
Just basic
Yeah,
English.
basic English.
You don't know any
So when
grammar, right?
when I went to university,
Hmm.
I felt stupid. You know? No, not to university. I couldn't go to university first. I had to do foundation course.
Uh-huh,
It's
uh-huh.
like 1 year.
Uh-huh.
It was so hard.
Oh.
You know what? Because I didn't have English,
Uh-huh.
so I had to read a lot. I have to speak with English people.
Yeah, yeah, and your brain is just
yes,
exploding.
and I stopped speaking with Russian speaking community.
Uh-huh.
I said, okay, guys, I need to study because you see, I'm
Uh-huh.
failing my exams. I'm not gonna go
Yeah.
to university.
Uh-huh.
And after 1 year, like my English improved significantly.
Yeah, it's for your brain. It's cool to be in the environment, but at the same
Yes.
time, it's cool to mix languages because if you mix languages daily, your brain is improving. Your brain
Mhm.
is
Mhm.
gaining knowledge, and you're automatically getting better at any language, right? Yeah. So you studied there for 5 years.
Yes.
Did you like it?
I like the English people. I like English culture because English
Really?
people, in general, how to say, they seek knowledge all the time. They have best universities. They try to
I would
learn.
say they used to,
They used to.
not anymore,
No,
unfortunately.
even now, I think they're seeking knowledge. However, like English government,
Yeah,
it's
sucks.
it sucks right now. It sucks. It's
May I
not possible
interrupt
to
you?
become rich
Yeah.
in the UK.
We are so happy to be in America and saying these things because if you were in, for an example, England right now, recording this video and uploaded it next day, the government would come to our door and knock on our door and said, "What did you say about the English? Yeah, Britain government, right?" I do appreciate, and I think my friend appreciates too, the opportunity to speak freely in America, right?
Yes. Even that word, like, is it legal? It's a like English word. Like all the British people, they do. Oh, is it legal? Firework, is it legal? Guns, or that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah. You're
uh,
like you. I don't want to call them pussies, but they are a little bit pussies. Uh, yeah, Americans compared to Americans, we're like, look, we're typical Americans, guys with guns, cowboy hats, cowboy boots. You want to show us? Yes, cowboy boots. I don't know. I don't know if you want to show us that, but that's okay.
the problem is because they took the guns away from
Yes,
English
they
people.
took the guns. They took the guns.
The moment the government take guns away, it's
Freedom
gone.
is
Freedom is
gone.
gone. Same what happened
Yes.
in Kazakhstan. You know, in my country, in our country, it happened.
In my country, the same.
In Russia, it happened. In Russia, you see, look at the Russian people. They're like slaves to the government. Slaves to the government.
Slaves, literally slaves.
Even if the government peace on them, they'll say, "Oh, it's
Yeah,
it's divine."
Yeah. And they're buying its propaganda.
It's buying this
They're
propaganda.
buying it. Yeah, it's a different and hard topic, so
It's
let's
hard
not
to-
get
yeah,
into
okay.
it. Yeah, let's
We'll leave it for
We're
later.
talking. Yes, we will. Believe me, we will have a lot of hours of conversations. Yeah, we just want to talk about each other, how we met each other, our
Just introduction.
yeah, introduction basically. The next podcast is gonna be more interesting, definitely. Not podcast, but podcasts. Yeah, multiple. All right, man. So your first year, you didn't have to adapt, right?
Mhm.
You already felt like it's your
Because from a childhood, I watched the movies. I watch American movies.
Yeah, the same here.
It's
Same
the
here.
same, like
You like what you saw, and you wanted to either live there or
yes,
feel
yes, yes.
or travel. Yeah,
And you know
visit.
what? In our countries, the people from childhood will watch American movies
Yeah.
and they live like Americans. For example, like parties. Remember our parties in our countries? How
Yeah,
crazy they are,
they don't live like Americans. They just want to live like Americans, right?
and they implemented that way of
Yes.
style.
So basically, the culture in America, what's happening right now, is gonna happen in
Yes,
Europe, in our countries, in 10, 15 years
10, 15
or
years.
so. It's my
But it's
opinion.
due to globalization. It's due to
Yes,
globalization. Right now, there's no difference between me and one African guy. Like we wear the same jeans, we
yes,
wear the same clothing,
definitely,
we watch the
definitely.
same movies. It's globalization.
Yeah,
However, it's dying right now. This
it's
is
time.
dying. It's dying.
Yeah, America is improving. The Europe is unfortunately dying. We're
Yeah,
gonna talk about
Europe
that,
is
but
dying.
not today. Yeah. So, all right, you spent 5 years studying in Great Britain, right?
Yes.
London,
Yeah,
London.
London.
How did you like the city?
Oh, the city is. It's one of the best cities in the world.
You
You
compared it
know.
to New York, right? But it's different,
It's
right?
different. It's different. For example, when you walk around London, you feel like you're in a museum.
Oh wow.
Everything is beautiful. The museums are free. For example, you walk around the river walk
Mm-hmm.
in London,
Mm-hmm.
and you see the big stone which came from ancient Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
Because English people were British people, they stole all the artifacts, all the
Wow.
goods from other countries. So right now in the museum they have pictures of Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo,
You
Caravaggio,
mean originals?
originals,
Paintings.
paintings. We
Originals.
have everything,
Oh
all the
wow.
culture in the world. Because tell me what's the biggest empire in the world? What was the biggest empire in the world? You think Roman?
Roman Empire.
No, British Empire.
Yeah. I
British
mean,
Empire.
my first thoughts: Roman,
Roman,
British, and of course,
Mongolian. No,
actually, yeah. But I was thinking about Napoleon.
Napoleon. No, no, no. He did. British. It's much bigger.
Maybe because Napoleon like lived 200 years ago. That's because it's still in our not far future. It's still in my mind. But I know Mongolian Empire was, I guess, the biggest in the world, right?
No, Mongolian was
No,
big, big, big enough. Like
Genghis Khan, is it
Genghis Khan. Yeah,
right?
he came from Central Asia, and he conquered all the lands.
Everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
dude
was.
was savage. He
He
just
was
ran over
savage. He
them.
was savage.
Dude was savage. Yeah, I get it. So you like the culture, the architecture. Yes, you like that.
Architecture, yes.
But let me guess. It's just my guess. I'm not sure if that's true. Tell me, you didn't feel yourself as like at home. You felt as a foreigner, right?
In the UK,
In the
yes,
UK.
yes, in the UK,
Yeah.
because the problem is, uh, because this land it belongs to British people, to
Hmm.
English people,
Hmm.
and the foreigner never, he will never feel the same. He will never feel the native to that land because it's different. For example, if other people comes to Kazakhstan, this land belongs to Kazakh. You will never feel
Yeah.
the same.
How would you feel if some, I don't know, it doesn't matter, from some guys from Africa shows up and demand it's our land right now? Yeah.
Yes,
Since now. Yeah.
but with America it's different because it's land of
Because
immigration.
yes,
It's a
it's different.
land of opportunity, land of freedom.
Yes. Yes. But guys, if you want to migrate to America, do it what? Legally. Legally. We did it legally. Yeah.
Yes, that's why America is the great. Because if you look at the history,
Hmm.
um, the settlers who came here, like they didn't have a good education, they were
Yeah, just
criminals,
regular people.
but they had a willpower. They
Yeah,
had unbroken
they
willpower.
wanted to build from scratch,
Yes, they built it from
from
scratches,
nothing.
from nothing. Yeah, and
Yeah,
they had to trade with Native Americans.
yeah,
They had to go to the
and they
west.
had to
They had to discover.
fight.
Had to fight.
Yeah,
That's why America is a strong nation right now, even right now.
Even right now, yeah, we're right now. America is the weakest America since it was founded. But we are right now. We're having a new president, and I think let's see how it goes. I think it's gonna work out. Yeah. Okay. So, how long? How old were you when you graduated from London? And by the
I
way,
was 22 years old.
22 years old. And you didn't say the main point. You studied not just at a
Mm.
regular university, you studied at
Yeah, I studied at Oxford University.
Oxford. Dude is from Oxford. That's what I'm saying. He's gonna be multi-millionaire. That's the
I will
secret.
be.
Just
I
go
will
to
be.
Oxford for 5 years. Yeah. So you're 22 where you graduated.
Yes, I was 22 when I came back to Kazakhstan.
Hmm.
I I had a good job in Kazakhstan in the World Bank.
Oh,
First, I started in the World Bank. Then I went to ministry.
okay.
Then I decided to leave because every year the inflation is eating the money,
Oh,
and no matter how much you earn, you will always lose.
same here.
No, not here. Here inflation is approximately like 5-6%. If we
Yeah, it's
officially
then
it's
if you
lower. Officially it's like 3, but in reality it's like 6 7
yes,
percent.
yes, yes. Yeah, and we felt the inflation, right?
Yeah,
We felt it here.
we felt the
What
inflation.
it what it was like in Kazakhstan,
Kazakhstan,
it was
oh wow,
much
it's
worse.
crazy.
Yeah.
And even right now, trucks went up. The price on the trucks went up. The food, the grocery, they went up. But it's normal. Without inflation, there is no progress. You know,
Yeah, actually, there should be inflation.
should be
As I remember,
three
we
percent.
uh, as I remember, from 0 point something to 2%. I remember 2%. It might be 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. When we had Trump, now I'm not going into politics. I'm just saying it. I'm just saying it. Yeah, because I might get into politics and talk for like a couple hours. I don't want to do that. When we had Trump, the average inflation, as I remember, was 1.5 or 8 every year. And that's perfect inflation, right? 1.5, it's perfect inflation.
It's good,
Because
yeah.
no inflation also bad.
Yeah, like in Japan, what happened in Japan?
Yeah.
You don't want to manufacture when it's zero inflation. You don't
Yeah.
want to produce anything. It's stagnation with stagnation.
We're educating people right now. Yeah.
it's it's a
Yeah. It's an interesting topic, right?
Mhm.
All right, moving on. So you worked a pretty good job. You had pretty good salary, but you didn't feel like you felt the country was going into the wrong direction, right?
Yes. The country was going to wrong direction
Hmm.
because we had crazy neighbors.
Russia,
We had Russia from the other side, and the other side is China. China and
China,
Russia.
China.
Two, mm, how to say, two bad neighbors. Because China, it produces a lot.
They're
It
parasites.
it gives us a goods, but it doesn't take our products. With Russia, you know what's going on with Russia.
Of course.
The economy is going down, down, down all the time, and they try to take us with them to go down. All
Yes.
the other countries,
And
always,
Ukraine,
and Ukraine,
Belarus also.
Belarus. Because for Russia, if even if Kazakhstan is going to live good, Russia will try to stop it.
Definitely, of
They'll try to
course,
stop it
definitely.
because Russian people will start asking why Kazakh people
Yeah,
were living better than
of
us.
course. And so living in Kazakhstan, feeling that country is going to basically hell. Uh, what was your next move?
I moved to US. Yeah, I
You moved
got
to US at the age of
age 25 years old.
5. As me, the same age.
25 years
We were
old.
the same age. Did you turn 30 already?
No,
No,
next year. No,
next year.
this year. This year.
This year,
Yeah,
uh,
August.
August. He's turned 30 in August. I'm turning 30 in December, so we are basically the same age, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. You moved to America. Here is his biography. Right. So yeah, that's basically my friend from Kazakhstan. We're not done yet. I'm not finishing. I'm just saying that we talked about his biography and how we met, his first impression about America. Yeah, and moving on, moving on. Uh, so basically, we worked for a couple months together.
Hmm.
I would say we became friends. Yeah, we didn't go out together. I always had some business, right? I'm pretty busy guy, but at the same time, we always like
We're
text,
keep in touch all the time.
yeah, we kept in touch, and then you tell the story. How you posted the story about the
Yeah,
apartment? Yeah.
when my roommate he moved out, and I was in need for a new roommate, so I posted stories in Instagram. Who can live with me? Who want to live with me? And Andre he responded, and he moved to our legendary apartment
Legendary
in
apartment,
Albany Park.
legendary. Yeah, yeah. And I responded. I said, "Dude, I'm moving in. Delete that story. I'm moving in."
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Believe that story. I'll be tomorrow.
Tomorrow. By the way, not tomorrow. At that day, you texted me. You can go take a look at the apartment. I said, "No problem." I went, took a look at the apartment, and I said, "Dude, I'm moving in." So we did it within like 2 hours.
Yes, I
We
helped
arranged it
him.
within 2 hours, right? So then I'm moving in, and I'm moving out from the place I lived. And remember,
You didn't like that place?
actually, I like the place, the city, the village.
Mhm.
I lived in Edison, Illinois. You can Google it if you want. Edison, Illinois. Pretty nice place, pretty quiet place. And there was like 200 meters, there was a Walmart and there was a Sam's Club. Sam's Club is
Mm.
like a Costco, the
Mhm.
same. I like that. And there was a tennis court right across the road. And there was a movie theater a couple hundred meters also from the place I lived, right? And I love there, but I live with a family, and I
Oh,
love freedom. You know that.
yes,
I
yes.
love freedom so much. I can't live with a family.
Living with a family is a struggle. It's a hustle,
Yeah, yeah, especially with a woman, right?
especially with women.
Especially with a woman. Yeah, we love women. We love women. It sounds. How does it sound, dude?
We like a good woman,
We like it. Yeah, smart,
traditional.
traditional, trade wife, right?
We like wife materials.
Wife material. Yeah, we really like good women. That's just a fact. We two chill guys. Yeah, cowboys. Yeah, we like great women. That's a fact. Okay, so moving on. Moving on. Remember how I rented a track and we were moving in together, and you were recording and saying, "Andrew, how do you like it? Do you remember the job we were working together? Remember that?"
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it was tough. It was, like it was crazy. It was tough.
You mean the job?
The job,
The
yeah.
job was terrible.
Even with Yomov, it was hard. Like you
Yeah,
didn't have a lot of clothing,
one
but
1 hour of
yes, yeah.
work, and we were exhausted.
You didn't have a lot of clothing, but we were exhausted.
Yeah, that's all my club basically. That's my all my apartment. A bed, yeah, a bed, a bed,
Bed, guitar,
the guitar,
table,
the table, yeah, the chairs. That's it. All I need. All men need, right?
all my need.
All men need. That's right. Okay. I guess as I can see, the 45 minutes is approaching. What do you say? Should we wrap it up or should we go for another 15 minutes?
Okay, let's finish it, and then
Let's finish.
next time
Next time we're gonna prepare.
we'll have a deep,
Deep talk.
very deep talk about
Yeah.
one issue.
So I guess it's finishing right now. As I can see it, I hope it's not interrupting right now. Thank you for watching this video. That was my friend Miras. Thank you for coming. It was an honor. And you're gonna see him a lot.